Carol. How are you this morning? Nice day today. It's beautiful outside. How are you? Oh, you won something yesterday, Molly Golightly's. I'm so bummed. Every time I go over there, I never win anything. I'm bummed out. When I'm not there, she pulls my name. When I am there, I never get my name pulled. Oh, is it rainy? Oh, I'm sorry. It's real sunny here. I don't know what I'm going to do something today. I think I'm going to go for a drive or something. Get out of the house. Like I feel comfortable that, I feel comfortable going out now, going out and about now. So, how are you? Good to see you. I love you guys. Even though nobody's in here, it doesn't matter. We're okay. I think so proud of Marissa for all the money she raised last night. This is amazing. This community is amazing. This is the first time I ever won anything. It's rained here for 3 weeks. Carol, I won a gift card, a $25 gift card, Amazon gift card once in a giveaway on YouTube. So yeah, I have one. And I'm going to do a $100 giveaway one of these days. And I'm trying to think if I should do like the Visa or the Amazon. I'm thinking the Amazon. Hi, Remy. How are you this morning? I'm wondering if I should do the Amazon or the Visa. A lot of people say you should do the Visa. Oh yeah, I'm happy. Was dashing Laura. That wow, I mean that is getting so old, like so old. Like I mean, how long has it been? It's been like a couple years that they bash on her every day. Doesn't matter what she does. If she was making, I don't know, if she was making, I don't know. I don't even know if she was making, if she was crocheting like I do, they would find something wrong with that. It doesn't matter what she does. It's like, yeah, it's it doesn't matter. No matter what she does, they're going to find fault in it. You think a visa is the best way to go? I'm okay, thanks. Besides the whole walking into furniture, when'd you walk into furniture? I do that all the time on my bed because I have a lazy boy chair in my bedroom, and I always bang my leg on the corner of my bed. And I always have a bruise in the same spot because I always hit the same spot. Like it's crazy. Crazy. So yeah, so I always have a bruise in the same spot. Joy, if you're listening, Joy Lang, I sent you an email with my phone number. So if you want to call me, it's in, check your email. I sent you my phone number. Uh, I'm okay, thanks. Besides the whole walking into pieces of furniture. I walked into a China hutch that has no china. Oh, how did you manage to do that? Hi, life is a gem. It's nice to see you. Love you, girl. I love Joy Lang too. She's such a sweet girl and is such a sweet lady. And I'm so sorry for her losing her husband. Like I'm heartbroken for her. Yeah, she's good people. She is good people. She's very good people. She had last Halloween, she dressed up, I think it was as Raggedy Ann. And she had the whole outfit on, the makeup and everything. She looked amazing. She's just like that kind of person. She's so much fun. Thank you. Life is a gem. Yeah, she needs our prayers. Um, Now, yesterday she was in the chat saying that they're probably going to bury her husband tomorrow. So you guys think about her, send out prayers to her. I was cleaning up looked up, and apparently I was closer than I thought. I know that can happen. Have you ever bumped your head? Like you're bent over and you have like a drawer or something open, and then you go to get up and you bump your head, the top of your head. Oh God, I've done that so many times. So many times. So crazy. I remember my dad, this is like gonna sound like this is trigger warning. My dad broke a bottle of ketchup one time. This is gonna sound because it was like it was a glass bottle. And so there was ketchup all over the table. And he pretended, like just to scare us, my dad pretended that he was bleeding to death, like from this ketchup. Like I freaking went nuts. Like I was so panicking. That's how mean my dad was not mean, but he just thought it was funny to scare his kids. The other thing, I doorknob, I always bang my wrist. Hi, Texas girl. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you. Yeah, so my dad broke the ketchup bottle and he gathered up, he moved the glass and pretended that he had cut himself. And he was like, come here. And then he called us all in there and he was like, I'm bleeding. And we were all like freaking out. My father-in-law would say that is using your uterus every time someone would bump their head. That is using your uterus. Yeah, that is. So, how are you guys today? Are we going to have a nice quiet day today? Press one if you want a nice quiet day, like a nice, easy, let's get along. Let's all rainbows and marshmallows today. I hope so. I'm actually playing this game. Like I play this. Thank you. Life is a gym. I'm playing this game. Like I play this game on on my tablet, and it's slots, and I'm almost up to 2 million coins. Can you imagine if that was $2 million? I'd be so happy. We are floating away in Texas. Oh, really? Is it raining? Well, I guess it would be if you're floating away. I don't know. See, I stopped watching the news because I'm like so sick of hearing about you know what, and I'm just so sick because it just seems like you can't get away from it. You can't get away from it. And I'm trying to get away from like not talking about the certain thing that everybody's talking about. You'd love some rain? We got rain last week. We got quite a bit of rain actually last week. So, my granddaughter was supposed to have track and field yesterday, and they had to cancel it because of the stupid thing virus. Um, Send some rain up here to Wisconsin. We need it. Well, we got rain, and we're planting our garden now, so I think we'll be okay with rain. My husband's weird. He likes rainstorms and he likes snowstorms. Like he's weird like that. He loves that stuff. I'm not so much. I don't like rainstorms or snowstorms. I mean, and I don't like it when it's cold. I don't mind the snow like at Christmas time, when the snow comes down. I don't mind that. Hi, Bells. How are you doing, sweetie? Good morning. Um, are you working on your deck today? I know Val's been working on her deck. We all have our little summer projects that we're doing. Yeah. I don't know what our summer Oh, we're gonna have our grandkids for a couple weeks. I don't know what we're gonna do actually. We're gonna do something. They want to go to the zoo and do, we can't take them to the pool because our pool is not open for our area. But we have a really nice pool, but we can't take them there. Which sucks. Maybe my husband will buy a pool. I doubt it. He doesn't want to buy a pool here. But yeah, well, I would love a hot tub. Me, I'd rather have a, if I had my choice between a hot tub and a pool, I would choose a hot tub. I really would. I think a hot tub would be cool to have. Get the inflatable pool. We actually have one. It's not big though. It's like it's fairly small. It's not like the huge one. But you know, they love swimming. That's the thing. These kids love to swim. And we can't take them to the local in our local pool. They just renovated it the summer before COVID hit. They just renovated it and it is so nice. And we can't go there. It sucks. Ginger locks. Nice to see you. Come up if you want. Are you feeding the dogs? I have a pool and a hot tub, but I don't use the pool as much as my husband. I'm always cold. Yeah, if I had my choice, I think I would get a hot tub. I really do. I'm feeding the dogs. Well, if you want to come up, just let me know and keep me company. If not, that's okay. We're not really talking about anything, nothing like crazy. I was just saying between a pool and a hot tub, I think I would rather have a hot tub. I really do. My brother had a hot tub. He had a whole big screened in porch and he had a huge 8-seat hot tub. And that was awesome because the bugs couldn't get at us. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. I hate when people get hold of me when I'm on a live stream. Oh, Joy, there you are. Did you get my email? I sent you my phone number. Nobody has that, so if you want to call me, feel free to call me anytime, day or night. I'm thinking about you, babe. Oh my goodness. Can't tell you how sorry we are. I mean, there's really no words. Oh, okay. And anytime you want to call me, just give me a call. You can absolutely come up. Absolutely. Absolutely. No problem. There you go, honey. There you go. You don't even have to ask. You don't even have to ask. Oh my goodness. You know how to work StreamYards, right? Yeah. Me too. Me too, Val. I can't even imagine. I know I went through it with my parents and it never is easy. Yeah, it's never, I mean, there's no words. There is no words. So, did you get the link, Joy? Because I put the link in the chat. Hopefully it's working. Okay, here we go. Hi, Joy.
Morning.
Morning. How are you, sweetie? I know you're not good.
Still in shock.
Yeah. So the service is tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah, we got it ready for tomorrow. But actually, about 2 weeks into his hospital stay, when I got out, we were across the hall from each other. And I forgot my charger, and they were bringing his charger back and forth. We were changing. It was crazy. The doctor sort of told me then it was like 20%. And so he told me to do stuff. Start getting my stuff in order. And I went in actually in my sister's and got everything ready, bought plots, everything. And so that I didn't have to do once it actually happened.
Was your husband healthy before all of this? Was he fairly healthy?
He was, except, oops, sorry. March 1st, he had some oral surgery done because he was getting the teeth implants. And for about 3 weeks, I had to do the soft foods. He grind stuff up. I made him pastas and stuff. And then when he went back in, they said, "Oh, we got to redo some more." And they grinded bone. He had tora in his mouth that had to be removed, big tora, which is bone. And everybody usually gets one and done. Well, he said, "I've got to go." And he went back in and cut everything open again. And from then on, my husband couldn't eat or drink hardly, but just simple stuff. He lost about 30 or 40 pounds. The last surgery was April 1st, and we got COVID somewhere around the 7th.
Oh my goodness. So
I got it first. He actually did it. He got it from me, I think. And when I went into the hospital, he was here, and Something told me. I didn't even finish my treatment of remdesivir. I only took 2 doses, and I told him, I said, I need to go home. Just let me out. I want to go home.
Mm-hmm.
That was after my quarantine, I guess you could call it. And they did. And when I got home, he was running a slight fever.
Mm-hmm.
And then within 3 days, his oxygen, the night before I took him to the hospital, couldn't get out of the 70s.
Wow.
And so I
But
took him in.
you had problems with your oxygen levels too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I had to go
I,
back. He was in the, when they admitted him, I had my appointment for my post COVID check.
mhm.
And I went in on that Friday, and the doctor said, I'm calling an ambulance. He said, You're going? I said, No, 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 I'll drive myself. It's fine. And so when I got over to the emergency room, they admitted me. And that's
Mhm.
when we both ended up on the same COVID unit.
Mhm.
And his symptoms were totally different from mine. It's strange how many symptoms, how strange it is. I
Well,
knew when my taste and smell went, I knew then that I had it.
right. So do you have your taste and smell back or not?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you've been hearing about my coworker, my husband, that caught it. And his daughter brought it home from school. His wife got it, and she just had mild symptoms. Now listen, he's never been sick a day in his life. He's 55 years old, never smoked, never drank. Now they are telling him without a double lung transplant, he won't survive. Oh, sorry
Well,
about that.
no, that's fine. That
That is,
wasn't, I wish that was an option with him, but um, they were so good. We were on an excellent, and they're very highly trained in COVID.
mhm,
And they had to put him on the BiPAP because from the day he got into that hospital bed, he never
mhm.
got touched the floor again because if he got up, his stats would totally drop. So they wouldn't even let him get out of the bed.
Wow.
I mean, it hit him that quick. He mowed his mother's yard on Sunday before he went to the hospital early Tuesday morning.
Wow.
And
How is your family taking everything? I
my
know
daughter,
it's really
yeah, my daughter's taking it very hard, very
well.
hard.
Send her condolences from me and everybody here. We've all been thinking about you. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason for this
No,
horrible, horrible virus.
because
Um,
he's been on it. He's been around people for the whole year and a half. People had been up in his face and then come back and they'd be out of work and well, what happened? Well, he's got COVID. And
mhm,
Steve was like, oh my God, but we don't really know. I don't know. I went to 2 places at the weekend before I got sick, like
mhm,
and that it was the grocery store and the hairdresser.
right. So you don't
And
know
then
where you
I
picked
have
it up or where you
no
got
idea.
it. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And one of
It's
his
just
coworkers had it. His daughters, 2 daughters and wife had it
mhm,
and was at work the day before. And then he just didn't come in. And he said, well, where's he at? Oh, all of his family's got COVID, so he's got to stay home for 10 days.
mhm.
And Steve had been around him all day. That's my husband's name. I'm sorry, uh, but he ended up getting the blood clots that you hear about.
Uh-huh.
Um, he got one in the lung, and it collapsed.
Oh,
And then he got him in his legs, and they had to go in. He almost lost his foot, but they got him in time. But the COVID lung is different. When they showed me the X-ray about 3 days before he died, I sort of knew because his left lung was totally covered in COVID.
was he, yeah, it's totally different from anything
Yeah.
else. Um, was he alert up until the end, or was he kind of out of it?
He was on life
Or,
support for 2 weeks.
oh, goodness.
But they when they moved me off the COVID unit, and put me in another room. They came in real quick and said, "We need you. We need you." Said, "We need you to take. We need to take you to your husband." And they said they're wanting to put him on life support, and they want you there. So they took me up to him. And at first, that the nurses didn't want me to get close, but his doctor, he had two great doctors, and they said, "No, let her look in his eyes," because he was scared because there was like 20 people in there, people out in the hallway. The alarms were going off.
Oh,
and so I did. I got out of the wheelchair, and I looked at I just looked him in the eyes and just talked to him. And that was the last time. He couldn't talk because if he talked, it would take his breath. He couldn't even talk.
yeah.
He got to where he couldn't even text.
Oh
At
my
night, we would text each other. And I just talked to him and told him just to relax. They were going to help him because
Right.
he was scared to death of being put on that.
Yeah.
Because he sent me a text like 3 hours earlier and said, "I'm so sorry, babe. They're putting me in CCU, and they're going to put the machine on me." And he
I'm
said,
so
"I'm so
sorry.
sorry."
Right. I'm
And
so sorry.
and they let me 3 days. See, when he come off of quarantine, they let me go, and I didn't leave his side. And I stayed. And I was going to go home that third night, and something told me I needed to just stay there with him because his um, heart rate had been 70 over 55. It was just awful. And they kept adding medicine and giving him medicine, and it only worked for like 15 minutes one time. And I said, "I'm going to stay." And they were so great. They would bring me food. The nurses offered to go out and pick up food and bring it back. Warm blankets. They were so good. And I was watching alarms go off all night because they fought trying to get him stable again. I learned how to read the machines, the COVID machines. He had this equipment is amazing. And I learned when there was a problem. And watching them prone him, he had proning, which I don't know if any of y'all have heard of that in COVID.
No, I don't know what that is.
It's where they flip them on their stomach. Steve was on his some for 18 hours a day. And then the only thing is a lot of stuff, he swelled to where he was unrecognizable.
Oh my goodness.
But the last time I was looking at the things and the alarms went off, and all of a sudden through the doors comes the crash cart and all these nurses, and then they start doing the compressions, and it was something that I've never seen. But and after there was no pulse, it was crazy. But after 45 minutes, I just knew. I mean, you can't bring somebody back like that.
All right. Well,
And
we've
his kidney
all,
shut down, so it's crazy. It affects every organ in your body, guys.
yeah. And it affects some people like worse than other people. You know what I mean? Like it just depends on where you're at in that. And I can't tell you how many people have been praying for you and praying for your husband.
That's what I wanted to tell her. But thank you so much. I'm in and out because there's so much to do, and I'm at our house now. I've been staying with my sister, and it's just so much.
Right.
And we never ever thought. The neighbors are doing our yard because my husband was very picky on his yard. And so I came in, and they said, "We're doing this because my husband helped an elderly couple across the street from us. The little man kept falling, and my husband was always going over there helping him with his lawnmower. And his son come over. He said, "Don't you worry about it." He said, "As long as you need it, I'll take care of the yard work." And I thought that was so sweet.
That is sweet.
And I took stuff to the doctors and the nurses. We took them trays of food on every floor we was on for both shifts because they had been so good to both of us.
Yeah, it sounds like you were in a really good hospital with a very empathetic staff. but I can't tell you how many people have been praying for you and thinking about you, sending good thoughts, sending
I
prayers
appreciate
out
it.
to you and your husband and your family, because we knew how hard and that you had said in my chat one day that you weren't ready to give up. And
No.
yeah,
Well, I prayed. I prayed that day that I stayed on Thursday and Thursday night. I just kept praying. I
mhm,
just finally, because they wanted me to make a decision and I couldn't.
mhm,
And I just prayed. I told God to please just either let him show an improvement so I know,
mhm,
or just take him in his arms and make him well. And because I can't make that decision
mhm,
because he was my life.
mhm.
We were each other's life.
I'm so
And so that when that stuff started happening, and then when he, you know, went into cardiac arrest and they had to bring all that stuff in. And after 45 minutes, this is my sign. This is God is telling me.
right. Were you in there the whole time that
Sure
that
was.
happened?
It happened
So,
so fast. They couldn't get me, I guess, out. Usually they don't want you in there, I guess.
mhm,
But it had happened so fast, and I was on the other side of the door, not on the door side. And
mhm.
so I watched it. And
Well, you were there when he went out, so
yes,
at
and I
some
got to sit
level,
with him.
on some level, he knew that,
Oh,
you
I
know.
kept talking, yes. And Tawanda was so great. I've talked to Wanda, and this is before it really even got bad. And she was just, telling me the stuff that she had went through, and
Mhm.
Tawanda is such a sweet person.
He is.
And it's been so chaotic here, trying to figure out everything. Uh, but I'll touch base with you guys
Yeah,
tomorrow. I think the reality will set in.
mhm,
Uh,
yeah. But yeah, everybody's been praying for you. All through this, we've all been praying for you and hoping for the best. And I'm telling
thank
you, when Tawanda, I think she went up on marches, and when she gave us the news, I was devastated for you because I knew you weren't ready to give up,
you. Mm-mm.
and it's just a reality of this horrible,
Yeah.
horrible virus.
And
Um,
yeah, the dialysis. They told me that he would be in because his kidneys failed. He had the blood clots, and they told me that he would have to go to a long-term facility
mhm,
to learn how to walk again. He'd never be able to work again. Um,
mhm,
he'd be on oxygen the rest of his life.
mhm,
Um, but I mean, like on my lungs, I could see the COVID. It was on the bottom on both of them. It was
mhm.
weird. His he had some in his right one that had collapsed, but his left one was there was maybe a peephole of space to where he could breathe, and they were pushing it at full force, and
Wow.
they still couldn't.
Yeah. It
So
never got better for his lungs. Like they
never.
never got him above a certain level.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
Not
That's,
without
yeah.
forcing it. They were forcing it. They have the COVID machines that force it at a percentage. I learn more about all that stuff than I want to know.
Right. And
But I wanted to say that's what I just wanted to tell everybody. Thank you for the prayers. It
well,
didn't turn out, of
you are
course, like
much
we
you are
wanted,
much
but
loved here, Joy. Everybody loves you. I love you. I sent you my phone number. If you want to talk to me,
I will.
please call me. I just there's no words. There's no words. I can't imagine what you're going through. I know you've already gone through the loss of a son, and
Yes.
I'm just so sorry for your loss. And everybody has been praying for you all along. We were hoping for the best. We really
Yeah.
were.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I sort of asked God. I said, why? You know,
Yeah.
come on. You know, my son was bad, and Steve is bad. I
Hmm.
can't. That's just too much sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you just know that you have a lot of support here. So if you ever need to talk, you ever need to, I don't care if you call me and just cry on the phone. Just please reach out to me
I
because
will.
I'm here for you. I am. And I have been thinking about you and praying for you and your
Well,
husband and your family.
Thank you. My granddaughter's kindergarten graduation is today.
Oh, are you
So
going?
I'm going. I made her a bouquet of flowers and candy sticks. So, and it's wrapped up in a beautiful ribbon. So I'm going to be there front and center at about 11:30 today. So
Yeah. Um, I'm just, I don't know. There's no words. Okay. There's no words. You can't say, I
mhm.
know how you feel. I can't say, I know what you went through. I can't. All I can say is I can be here for you.
Thank
Um,
you so
if you
much.
need, if you need someone, um,
Thank you.
because I know it's going to be a while before, before anything, it's, sinks in for you.
Looking, this has taught me that I should have been more aware. We have 4 vehicles, and I had no idea where anything was on them. We have all these riding lawnmowers. We've got a huge shop in town full of stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be, but I'm lucky I have a very big family and my children are, I've already had, both of my children want me to move in with them.
Mhm.
I can't do that. But they think for a while I need to,
Well,
but I
maybe
want to,
for a while it wouldn't be a bad
yeah,
idea just because there's a lot of memories and memories are good. That's one thing
yeah,
that nobody can take away from you is your memories. But at the same time, right now it's very new. So you might
very,
want to, take somebody up on
yeah.
your sisters or your children, whoever, it might be a good idea.
But
I know you take a lot of pride in your house as I saw your videos of your Christmas decorations and
it's,
things. So yes. So
yeah, he was the one that got out there and he said, I'm not doing that this year. Next thing you know, he'd have his ladder out there and he'd be, where do you want these?
good
But
man. Very
I
good
will
man.
jump down. I just want to tell everybody thank you so much for the prayers.
Okay,
And
Joy. I know
when I
everybody's been
can,
thinking.
I'll be back and try to get in some chats. And
Okay. Well, we've all been thinking about you. My prayers, my deepest sympathy to you and your family and everybody in your family. And I have been thinking of you and call me anytime, day or night.
thank you.
I'm always around. So you take care of yourself.
Thank you,
And
darling.
yeah,
I'm probably in the chat just a little bit before I have a phone call from his work at 8 o'clock. And
okay.
whew, but thank you.
You take
Bye,
care of
Kat.
yourself. Just
All
take
right.
care of yourself. Think
Thank
about
you.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye. And well, I mean, there's no words. There's no words. Yes, grandchildren do bring you peace, but it's raw. This just happened. My heart's breaking for Joy. Yes, mine too, Irish gal, mine too. Um, she takes a little comfort in that she's much loved and everybody sent her their prayers and good thoughts. Yes, it was Irish gal. Both her and her husband had it. Um, she had it pretty bad, but her husband obviously had it worse. If you go back, she tells exactly, you know, you know what happened. Hi, Ms. Dorky. Thank you guys so much. And my chat's been so awesome for sending out prayers to her. Like I really appreciate that because it really helps when you know that people are thinking of you, sending prayers up to you. And every single person in my chat has been awesome for that. Awesome, awesome people. Yes, and it affects people different, in a different, sometimes it doesn't affect you really bad, but sometimes it's really bad. Like my husband's coworker who has been told that he will need a double lung transplant to survive. And if he doesn't have it, and he's been deferred now because of like he can't do certain things because you have to be able to, they have to know that you're able to actually survive a lung transplant, and you have to be able to walk a certain distance. Like it's like there's a whole group and round of tests that you have to take before you can even be eligible for a transplant. This live of yours really grounds a person. Yeah, screw YouTube bullshit. Yeah, it's that's real life. It's real life. And I'm so glad she came up. I've reached out to her, gave her my phone number, and I don't care if she just has to, Joy, I don't care if you just have to call me and just cry on the phone, because honestly, sometimes it just feels good to get it out. Yes, and my group of people, it's a small group of people, have been thinking about you all the time. We have been all the way through. It's been a battle. I know he's battled, and he was up, he battled bravely. So you're you're welcome, Joy. The people, I can't take the credit for it. I just have awesome people in here that actually have empathy and have a heart, and really, yeah, really, really have a heart. But I hope, I will be thinking about you tomorrow. I know it's going to be a rough day. I really, I hope that, she already talks to Tawanda, Irish gal, and Tawanda really has helped her a lot. Thank you, beauty. Tawanda has really, really helped her a lot. Um, and everybody in here has been so gracious and so kind, and sent out prayers to her, and that's all we can do, really. We can't say, I know how you feel, I know what you're going through. I can't say that to her, honestly, but I can say that I can be here for her. I can be here for that lovely lady. And I've always loved Joy. Joy is like, I don't know, I just like her. She's a good person. Yes, Tawanda is a good person. Tawanda actually could give more perspective on this horrible thing than I could, because she actually went through it. So, you know, I really can't say that I know even a smidgen of what she went through, because yeah, she went through it too. Like, she was sick with it too. So I'm very sick with it. But I thank you, awesome people, for for being so kind and so gracious to my friend Joy. She's 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 needing all our prayers right now, and we need to send them out to her. Uh, Ginger, are you coming up? Are you done with your dogs? It's up to you. Um, and anybody else that wants to come up and just offer your prayers to Joy, or if you want to say something um, to her, please let me know. I think I put the link in the chat if you want to just say a little something to her. Um, here's the link. My son, stepson, and grandchildren all had. I thank God for, yeah, keeping them with me. Yeah, exactly. And like I said, like that guy that works with my husband, healthy guy, never sick a day in his life. Um, Never smoked, never drank, and then he got it, and that, his wife got it. She was fine. And the worst part of it is his daughter brought it home from school. So imagine how she feels. Like, got to be she's on a need to know basis right now. She doesn't want to know any more than she needs to know. She's already told her mother, but they've only got the one child. So um he was very he is very close with his daughter, and she is allowed to go in the hospital now because of how sick he was. And they are, bending the rules, because before that, any child under 15 was not allowed to go in. Okay, sweetie, that's all right. Um, feel better. Do you have your chair yet? Do you have your lazy boy chair? I'm sorry that you feel. Is it your ankylosing spondylitis? Is that what's acting up today? I was going to get that in there somewhere. I had COVID twice. Second time I got pneumonia afterwards. Oh, Carol, Carol, Carol. It's not that? Oh, okay. Um, yeah, that's terrible. Yes, it's your disease. Okay. First time winning anything. Yay me. Yeah, Carol, I saw that. Of course, I'm in there waiting to win something, and I don't win anything. Whenever I'm not there, she pulls my name. Whenever I'm there, she never pulls my name. Damn it. I would have given my whatever I got to someone else anyways, but I just think I wouldn't want to, take it away from someone else. But I only won one thing one time on YouTube, and that was a $25 Amazon gift card, which is nice. Whenever you win something, it's nice. Hey, Rocky, how you doing? How you doing, Rocky? Nice to see you. Oh, Lord. What was I saying? Like that thought completely you left my mind completely. I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to say something. You're working in the rain. Oh, that sucks. I hate going outside in the rain. I really do. Thankfully, my friends are coming home today, so today is my last day with her dogs. Oh, yeah, especially if your back is hurting you. I'm so sorry. Um, yeah, so sorry. Sorry for all of you guys who are like struggling right now. Can we just like, can we just say that YouTube drama is the least of people's worries on here? Can we just say that? Can we just say it out loud? Like, why is YouTube drama like so important in this grand scheme of things? It's not. It's not. My legs are really like, I've got like really like I don't know how to explain it, but they're dry. My skin is really dry on my legs. I need to get outside and get some vitamin D. I have 2 loads of metal that I have to haul today. Oh my goodness. That's a that's a big haul. For some people it is. No, I'm so over it. Like it just can't I can't even listen, to be honest with you. And let's be high cult. Let's be honest. Like we will listen to a little bit every now and then. I really I really have no interest in listening to. As soon as I see it getting nasty, I just have to like all I know is my allergies are so bad I'm having chest pains. Really, Remy? I've never heard of getting chest pains from allergies. I mean, I've heard of like sneezing like a gazillion times because that's me. Like once I start sneezing, it's so weird. I'll start sneezing and I'll sneeze I bet no less, no less, and I kid you not, no less than 5 times in a row. And it's just one time after another time after another time after another time. And then it's, yeah, yeah. This is going to be a $600 day. Well, that's good. Wish I had a $600 day. Actually, I did last week. I had a $1,500 day, but that was because my husband put some money in my bank account, which I spent a little bit of it last night. And can we congratulate Marissa? Can we do that? Marissa, if you're watching this, MGL, whatever you want to call her. I know some people call her MGL. I call her Marissa. For raising, I think it was $15,000. Hi, Irish gal.
Hey, Carla.
How
You
you
want to hear
doing?
something? Well, you
Sure,
want to hear something that's going to blow your mind?
sure.
And I don't mind if you guys laugh at me because I just about cried in the doctor's office last week. So if and when I said it to my daughter, I said, I'm so stunned. And I mean, I was in a daze all last week. Well, anyway, first of all, the good news is my sister had a biopsy on her breast. And she found out last week that it's not, well, she was keeping up to date on her mammograms, so it's not, um she's only going to have radiation. That's what I'm trying to spit out, because it's centralized to one area.
Uh-huh.
So that's a good thing for all of us to remember, to be on top of that.
Right.
Our yearlies or bi-yearlies. I go every 2 years. But anyway, so then that was like on Monday or Tuesday, my sister told me that. And then on Thursday, I had an acupuncture appointment because, I don't know if you know this, Carla, but I'm disabled. I have spinal stenosis. It's really
Yeah, I
painful.
did. I did. I was mean to
Okay.
you before and I found out you did have that. That was a couple of
Oh,
years ago.
don't worry about it. I owe you apologies. You know what? Come on, forget that.
Well, I'm
The
just saying
BS.
that's why I know that you have like the disease. So I'm apologizing for the mean things I said.
Well, anyway, to make a long story short, I mean, you almost have to laugh because this I can't believe this is happening to me in all 1 week of last week. And that's why I said when the doctor told me, I almost started crying. And I went to the acupuncturist because that's one of the things that relieves my pain. I'm in pain all the time, Carla. I can barely walk. I can't kneel. And when I sit and I get up, I can barely walk. So it's just a pain in the butt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, because of COVID and because of my regular doctor not sending me to a specialist, and that's partly my fault. I should have thought about that because it was a regular doctor that diagnosed me after an MRI.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, that was in 2017. And then I went last week because this doctor, this is an osteopathic doctor that gave me the MRI on my knees and my hips and my spinal stenosis because it's been so long. He said, I want an updated one.
Uh-huh.
And he said, well, I got the news on your reports. And I'm like, oh, how bad is it? Well, we're not going to talk about the spinal stenosis right now, but you have to have 2 knees replaced and a right hip because this thing screwed me up so bad.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not going to
Um,
have both of them done at the same time. My husband had his both done at the same time, and I remember the pain he was in. And he said, no, I don't think you can hack that.
did you read Ginger Locke's mom comment? Do you use medical marijuana?
I do, but it's only
Okay.
like I get gummies that are like 10 milligrams, of THC.
Uh-huh.
But I usually only take a half of one because it gets me really lightheaded and kind of, just really mellow and relaxed. And I don't want to fall walking. So I just did that on my own.
Uh-huh.
I don't take it except to go to bed. Basically, it's a sleep aid.
See, I have a low threshold for pain. I can't imagine being in pain all the time. I would be like horrible. I would be a horrible person. Like I can't even
Well, you know,
imagine.
the thing was, Carla, I knew something was wrong because my right knee has been giving me pain since 2017. And
Uh-huh.
then when I went up, not upstairs, when I was walking around the house last week before I went to the acupuncturist, it was
Mhm.
like my right leg gave out. And I realized it was my hip because my hips started hurting and I could barely walk. And our house is like, what, 1,700 square feet? It's not a mansion, but I could
Mhm.
barely walk from the couch to the kitchen, and I would have to hold on the back of a dining room table, and then I would hold on to the breakfast bar just to go in and get a soda in the refrigerator. And I'm thinking, this is ridiculous. I'm not that old, and I am pissed off,
Right.
very pissed off.
That doesn't sound good.
And the bad thing is my daughter, my youngest one's getting married in November, and that's what, like 5 months away.
Oh, and
So
you're
I
the
think I'm
mother
going to
of the
be,
bride.
and I'm the mother of the bride, right? So I think
A
I'm going to
lady
probably
behaving.
I'm probably
Sorry.
going to be limited to like one surgery before that because there's always
Oh,
rehab. So I'm thinking about asking if I can have my
exactly.
hip done, my hip first.
So are you have to get both hips done or just one?
Just one hip and both knees.
Oh, Lord. And
I
you're going to
know.
be in pain. Oh,
I
I'm
know.
so sorry you have to go through that. That's awful.
Hey, anybody in the chat want to take my place? Take a break?
No,
No,
I'll have to give
probably.
you a big fat no on that. A big fat no. Hi, Pearls of Wisdom. Hi, Lady Behaving. Hi, Ems.
I
Everybody's
wouldn't take anybody. I
you.
wouldn't take anybody's place either.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you think of Joy coming up?
Oh,
I'm
you
just
know
like,
what? I went and got something this morning to drink, and I looked and I was like, and I was listening for a while before I came in, and my heart really broke. But it grounded me from all the YouTube bull, but it
mm-hmm,
also grounded me in my complaining about having to have these surgeries. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
I wish there was something, I wish I could reach out and hug her and say, whatever you need. And what you said, Carla, was very, very nice.
and she knows I meant it. I sent her an email yesterday because I told her, I said, if you just need to call me and just bawl, because sometimes, you know, I don't know the words to say. You can't say you know how she feels. I don't know how she feels. And her explaining the whole, what happened when she was in the hospital, it broke my heart. It really did.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
gonna have to go back and listen to the whole thing. But I will
yeah,
tell
yeah.
you
She came up and
that
said,
my brother passed about 25 to 30 years ago. And I remember a lot of people, they didn't know what to say. So they kind of, even my best friends, they kind of distanced me. They didn't know what to say. And what
mhm,
you said is probably the best thing. She doesn't
mhm,
have to talk to you. All she has to do is reach out, connect with you, and know
mhm,
that you're listening to her.
mhm. And
That's
I
the
think
best thing.
it took a lot of comfort to know that we were all praying for her the whole time, and everybody in this chat. Um, and if you guys want to go back a little ways, she actually came up on panel to thank everybody for all your prayers. You know, uh, she saw it, she acknowledged everybody, and yeah, she, she, but she's heartbroken, rightly so. So if you
But
want to go
but
back and
you said the right thing, Carla, because back then I remember, and I was only like what 30 at the time.
Mhm.
I remember if people just listened to me, that's all I wanted, And I think the people closest to you are kind of like, they don't know how to approach you, they don't know what to say, they don't even feel comfortable talking about it. But that
No.
person wants to talk.
And thank God she had Tawanda. Like Tawanda asked her to reach out to her, and I had Tawanda's number, so I gave her Tawanda's number. And Tawanda's been so good to her and so helpful to her, and you know, you just the prayers that you guys have been sending her, it means a lot to her. Believe it or not, it means a lot to her. and she, she said that, and she wanted to thank each and every one of you for all the prayers that you have sent out to her, because it does mean a lot.
It does. And I didn't know her very well, but I remember seeing her in the chat all the time, and it really grounds you. Like I said before, it really grounds you to what is important and what's not.
Yeah, this YouTube bullshit is not important. It's real,
No, and
this
you
is
know
real
what?
life.
I had a hard time with that, and I won't go into details, but I had a hard time when that thing first happened with Diane and them, and we found out the money didn't go there.
Mhm.
And it was really painful to me because that was my mom's favorite charity, and I religiously gave it money too in her name when I
Right.
worked there. And after my mom's been deceased, I religiously give something for them. And I felt like when Molly did the first 16,000, I felt better. I felt peace. And when
Mhm.
she did it yesterday, it was even better than peace. It was like, let's go out and have a good time. And, it was a good feeling yesterday.
Joyce says, I had knee replacement and 2 revisions, same knee. Wish I'd never done it. Oh, really?
Oh, really? Joy, is it really painful? I want to know ahead of time.
My
I'm
husband
probably
did
only going
too.
to do one.
My
You did?
husband did
Both
a
of them?
couple of years ago. Yeah, no, just one. And it was, oh, I can't remember. It was like 15, 16, 17 years ago. It was before we were married. And we've been married 17 years. So it was like probably around 20 years ago. So he was younger. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I,
Well,
I
mine
think,
was younger too. He was like 48, but he bit the bullet and had both of them done at the same time. And I remember when he finally got to the room, how much pain he was in. And I'm thinking, I don't know if I can do that. Two of them at the
really,
same time?
I don't know. I don't know if I would do 2 at the same time. Do you have to do 2 at the same time?
No, they don't usually recommend it, but he wanted to bite the bullet,
Yeah.
get it done.
Well, like I said before, I have a low threshold for pain. I don't like to be in pain. So when I had my staph infection, oh God, that was the worst thing ever for me. And it probably wouldn't be for someone else that has a high threshold for pain. But for me, it was like, yeah, no, no, thank you.
Oh, and I see Lady Behaven said that you were there for her when her mom passed.
Yeah,
That means a lot.
yeah, that was hard for her too. And it breaks my heart because, when you know how it feels to lose a parent, and it is hard. It's hard to lose. I can't say that I know what Joy is going through, because to lose I can't even imagine losing my husband, because my husband and I, like, we're like each other's best friends. We do everything together. So I can't even imagine. Like, it broke my heart to see how upset she was this morning. Really, really.
Well, sometimes my husband and I aren't best friends. We've been married 35 years, but it grounds you and you remember that all the times you
Oh
say,
well, we
"Mm,
have our moments.
yeah,
We have our
yeah."
moments, but I mean, we do everything together. We really do.
Well, I would be lost if I was without him. I would be lost because, their usual jokes and the usual goofing around and stuff, I would be lost. I know that.
Well, like Joy was saying, like her husband would put up I don't know if you ever saw her Christmas light display. It's absolutely stunning, beautiful. Like her husband did that, took care of their vehicles, and when you don't know how to do all that stuff, your husband does it all. Like my husband does everything. He even takes my car to the gas station and puts gas in it. Not that I couldn't. I know how to put gas in a car, let's face it. But you know what?
Hmm.
That's what I mean. Like he does everything. So when you're used to having that done for you, and then all of a sudden, you don't have that, um, yeah, you're
Well, I
lost.
wanted to I wanted to ask Carol something. She said the first 2 weeks is very painful, and that was, I think, on one knee. She said, "Do they give you anything?" It seems like all they gave my husband was Percocet, and he was in a lot of pain. But then again, it was two knees.
Oh, really? They gave me
Mhm.
for my staph infection morphine in the hospital. I tell you what,
Did,
that stuff, I can see how you can get addicted to that stuff.
yeah, I was
Because
just gonna say I heard that, but when you're in
oh,
pain like that, that's almost all you can deal with, really, is getting
uh-huh.
something like morphine.
Mhm. But it worked. It works like kind of like I got it IV and it worked almost instantly. So, but they didn't give me a lot, only when I was to the point where I couldn't stand the pain. And like I said, I have a low threshold for pain. So they
Did it
would come
knock
in.
you out? Did it knock you
It
out?
made me it made me tired because hospital beds are not very comfortable. So I would go to sleep in spurts. But yeah, it did.
Mm.
But I I did not. I was in the hospital for a month with that staph infection. It was horrible.
Holy Toledo! You're not diabetic, are you? Because when you get those
No,
things,
no. I got two surgeries on for them to remove the um, infection, and then it was rehab. Like it was like they just watched me to make sure nothing came back. It was a really bad infection. When I went to the doctor's office, I just had my arm was swollen, and I went into the office and he said, "I'm not comfortable sending you home." He put me right in the hospital, and I got surgery the next day. So it was really bad. My mom contacted staph infection while in the hospital. I was so pissed. Yeah. I got mine at home. I don't know how. They don't even know. I don't even
yeah,
know
it's
where it came
surprising
from.
you got it at home because usually you get that stuff in the hospital. I had a friend get
Mhm.
that in the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah. It was horrible. It was pretty bad. It was painful. And like I said, I have a very low threshold for pain. I do not like to be in pain.
And it took you that long to get rid of that, huh? A month. Dang.
But no, here's the thing with hospitals. They'll keep you as long as your insurance will pay for you. I could have
Yeah.
probably gone home in 2 weeks. And I had to actually eventually beg my doctor to send me home because she said, as long as your insurance is paying for this, they're not going to send you home. So I said, well, then release me. So she released me, and they had a nurse come in and change my bandage because the infection had to heal from the inside out. So they had to change my bandage every day. Um, they had to push it in to where the hole was and like pull it out, which wasn't fun, but I'm glad it's over now.
Is that like
Yeah.
when you say staph infection? Is that like sepsis?
I don't know if it's like that. It's like maybe because I know you can die from it because he
Yeah.
told me.
Look,
Yeah, I know you
yeah.
can die from a staph infection if it gets really bad. Mine was starting to spread. It started at my elbow and it spread up to my shoulder. First of all, I thought it was nothing, but then it started to spread and it turned red. And so finally I just went and because I don't like going to the doctor if I don't have to. So finally I went
Yeah.
into the doctor and he said, I'm not sending you home. You're going straight from here to the hospital. So, and the next day I had surgery. And
That
the
can be
first
very
surgery,
dangerous.
yeah, the first surgery, they didn't get it all. They didn't get it all. So I had to have two surgeries. The second surgery, they got the rest of it. So, yeah.
But they didn't release you. You stayed there while they did the second one. Or
I
did they
stayed,
release you?
I stayed in the hospital for like a week and a half for the surgeries. And then they transferred me over to a rehab
Um,
facility. And then I was in there for another 3 weeks, which was horrible. Because at the time I was smoking. And the most thing
um,
I missed was having a cigarette. And I couldn't have a cigarette. I should have quit smoking then, but I didn't. But I've quit smoking now. I don't smoke anymore, so I'm good for that.
yeah, and I think when you go into surgeries, don't they tell you they don't want you to smoke for like a week or 2 weeks or something
Yeah,
before you
they
go
tell.
in?
I think, yeah, I think they do. I think Laura. Laura has to quit smoking, doesn't she, before her surgery?
Oh, that's right. I heard her say that last night that she only
I think
has.
she was down to 3 or 4 cigarettes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
It's
heard
not
that last
easy.
night.
Yeah, she has to quit before she goes for her. Chronic pain sucks. I'm thankful for my rheumatologist who finally found a non-narcotic that could control my pain. Yeah, I'm happy for you. I know you went through a lot with your, and you'd be surprised how many people on here, Irish Gal, suffer from chronic pain and
I know, and it was weird
issues.
because I would always hear about people in chronic pain, and like I said, when I first started out, it wasn't so bad. But I
Mhm.
think because of the structure and what happened, that it finally screwed up my knees because my right side was having problems for a while, and now it totally screwed up both knees. So,
Oh, I'm so sorry. That sucks. But
well,
hopefully they'll.
it just means that I'll have to come back and kick more ass.
That's right. That's right. I'm glad we're
I wonder.
okay though. We were
Oh
kind
yeah,
of like
yeah. No, no,
shitty to
I'm
each other.
teasing you.
Weren't
I'm
we shitty
teasing
to
you.
each we were I was shitty to you, you were shitty to me. We were
Um,
kind of shitty to each
Carla,
other. You know
let
when you think
let's
about
be
it, it's so
Carla.
stupid.
I know. Let's don't think about bad things like that because I regret that, and I have regretted
No,
it
but
ever
I'm just
since.
saying,
So.
like, I'm glad that we're okay with each other because I kind of said some things that were mean to you. And hey, Ben, how you doing? And I regret being that person. I don't want to be that person. I just want to be a good person to everybody anymore. Like I
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know, you got involved with Molly, and I think that's one of the best things that happened with you because she's a crazy sense of humor.
oh
Hey,
my God,
Ben.
she is. And well, kudos to her for raising $16,000 last night.
I know.
I
I
mean,
know.
yeah, like everybody was like, can you believe 2,000, 1,000? I mean, the donations that were coming in were amazing. Hey, Ninny, how you doing, sweetie?
Oh, Ninny's in here too.
Ninny
Her and Ben
C,
are going to
yes,
cause
in the
trouble.
house, in the house.
Her and
She's
Ben are
scary.
wild together.
Yeah. I went into Ben's last night, but there was like some kind of high drama going on, so I bowed out because there's certain people I just don't want to be around,
You
just
know, Carla,
just
I said hi to you before you left, and I felt the same way too. And then Ben
yeah,
shut it down, so it was a good way just to
yeah.
exit stage left.
I had just gone in and I saw some of the names in there, and I said, nope, not for me. I'll be gone. I'll be gone.
I know. Well, I
Yeah,
just wanted to make sure Ben was taken care of. You know, I don't like it
yeah,
when people pick on Ben, and I know you feel the same way. So,
yeah. I've been friends well, we're Ben's OGs. Come on, we were going in this
yeah,
chat when you have like 4 or 5 people in that chat. We
yeah,
didn't really.
you and
Yeah,
Christy and Copycat.
yeah. We
Yeah.
just would go in there and talk to him, and so I'm kind of protective of Ben because I know he's a good guy. I know he gets a bad reputation and he goes off the wall sometimes, but I know basically he has a good heart. So yeah.
You know what would be funny is Ben and Molly doing a panel together because they could both go off.
Oh my God, that would be funny. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. She was
Yeah.
funny last night singing.
Oh, she was on a roll, and that dog is so adorable,
Oh,
and a
I
little
know.
dress.
When she dresses him up in her up in a tutu and stuff. That's what you call a designer dog.
I know, I know. It cracks me up when I see that dog. I can't imagine, you know, let alone dressing kids, but putting it on a dog. It cracks me up.
Yeah,
I
Ems,
guess
we've
that.
all done dumb shit on here. I think all of us. I think I've gotten so much advice that I didn't listen to at first. And now I'm kind of to the point where I really don't get insulted. Like maybe every once in a while I'll get insulted, but I don't listen to it anymore. It's just like if someone tells me, oh, they're talking about you in such and such, I just don't go there. But I will encourage everybody to go to Stellar's from last night. He did a good a good video about a toxic community and toxic friends. And
I heard about that. I heard about that. I do want to watch
it's
it
really
today.
interesting. It's not a long video, but if yeah, it kind of puts everything in perspective. He's very wise. I really like Stellar. Um, yeah, he's really a good guy.
I like listening to him talk and PF. She mellows me out. I could
Oh
sleep
my
to her
God,
voice.
yeah. Everybody says that about Stellar. He puts me to sleep. But you know what? He makes a lot of sense. So I've
He
learned
does.
a lot on these YouTube streets. I love Stellar. Yeah, I love Stellar too. He's a good guy. He's got
And
his heart.
and I also love well, I don't love, but I like what's it called's voice, Isaac's. I was in there the other day. I don't know if you went in there, be our guest or be my
Be our
guest.
guest. Be our guest. Yeah, I
Mm,
think I did.
yeah.
I was in there for a while. Um,
He would be great on the radio. He's a great voice.
yeah. There's some people that have really good voices I watch this channel called Let's Read, and the guy that reads stories on that channel has the best voice ever. If you ever go to that channel, just even if you're not going to listen to a story, listen to that guy's voice. It's amazing. Stella taught me to run, not walk from toxic people. Yeah. If you watched his video from like, because it was only part one last night, he's doing a part two, and he said part two is going to be more, you know, uplifting. But last night it was just hit home for me, how toxic this community can be, you know.
Now,
And
is he going to do part two tonight, do you think, or is it going to be at a
I'm
different
not
time?
sure when he's doing part two. And the other night, I don't know if you saw the other night, he talked about how his how his older sister survived an attack from Ted Bundy.
Oh my God. Where was she
Yeah.
living at the time? Was she in Colorado or
I
where?
think they were living in the western in the west what's the state he lives in? He's in
Oh, Washington State?
I
Is he
think
from
it was in
Washington?
like something like that, Washington or somewhere around there. But yeah, she survived an attack from Ted Bundy, and he talks about that. And it's from 2 nights ago. So if you want to go and listen to that, it's very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to have to listen to that. That's like God was on your shoulder for that because that would be like such a harrowing experience.
Oh my God, Ems, you're so right. I'm struggling lately listening to folks who were super close last week, drag the F out of them this week. I can see fights on occasions, but how'd they turn into the devil in just a week? You got you you got me. I don't know. It just seems to happen over and over again. I mean, how can you be like really friendly with somebody and love them and you care about them, and then all of a sudden you just don't like them anymore? I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, there was some what would you call divorces around here when that Diane thing came out, and I know
Yeah, there
Tracy and
was
a few others were really hurt, you know. I don't mean real divorces, I mean divorces from friends, you know.
friendship, divorces, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It in the Northwest, yeah. He was in the North, he's in the Northwest. I think she was in the Northwest too. But yeah, it's just like it's so to me, I just don't get these panels of 4 and 5 and 6 people turning on one person or dragging one person. I don't get it. I like
Yeah. I
to
think
me.
your chat's really good and your Discord's really good. You guys are having fun and that's all that matters. Really.
Mhm. And I mean, okay, we all gossip. Let's face it, we all gossip. We all say our opinions and stuff. But if it's left, privately, there's no, and it's not hurting anybody. You know, I, I can see that because we're women. We're women. We gossip, but you don't. There's no need to bring it on like a panel and like scream and yell and carry on and hurt people. I want to feel good when I go off my life. I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to feel bad that I
Yeah.
hurt someone's feelings or I made someone feel bad about themselves. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I understand
And
definitely.
I've done it. I've done it. Like I'm guilty of doing it. And I'm telling you, I've never felt good about hurting somebody. And I never will. That's
Yeah,
just
it
me.
is.
That's just me. But it
No, I
seems like
agree with
people
you.
like, but a lot of people like that. They just love watching that like craziness.
Mm.
You know, you'll go in those drama streams and you'll see 300 and 400 people, and I'm like, what kind of thrill are you getting out of this? This person's feelings are hurt, you know?
Well, you know, when some of those ran into Ben's chat last night, it got pretty rough. And then a
Uh-huh.
couple of them said some smart stuff to me, and I finally had enough because like I said, I haven't been feeling too good, and I kind of said some smart ass things, but that's the first time in a long time. And I just
Uh-huh.
decided I'm not going to sit there and be somebody's punching bag, and say nothing.
Right.
So,
Right. Well, I went in there like because I just said hello to Ben and I saw that there was like chaos and I thought, no, I'm not even gonna get involved in that because then that as soon as you say something, that gives them a reason to, go back after you. And I'm like, no, these people are always on panels and, you know, going after this one, they're going after that one. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
yeah, and the thing was, is I didn't say anything to them. I choose to ignore people like that, and
Right.
but it just kept going and going and going, and I'm like, screw it. I finally said something, but
I don't
I don't
understand.
curse.
Right. I mean, saying something in the chat and voicing your opinion. I've seen a lot of people do that, but usually people get blocked right away as soon as they voice their opinion. But I don't understand why people just can't move on. Like,
I
okay,
know.
you were friends last week, but you're not friends this week. Does that mean you have to drag that person this week because you're not friends? No, it
Well,
doesn't.
you- I'll tell you what, Republican Ash is having uh, a little bit of a hard time because people have been picking on her.
Oh, I've seen that.
And she's really trying to be unbiased and not going with people and
Right.
going and picking and stuff, and I really respect her. She's taught me a lot. I've learned a lot from Ash.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from her.
Yeah.
There's some people here you can learn a lot from. You really can. And
Yeah.
Molly's a good example, like I said before.
Yeah. M says, I've noticed that it affects my mood if I listen to too much negativity on here. I have a hard time turning it off. Exactly. And that's why a lot of times I'll just bow out and watch. I won't even watch people in this community, but I've been going in fewer and fewer in chat. I've unsubbed a lot of people just because of I don't even want to get notifications. I don't want to have the temptation of going into a chat that's negative, you know.
Hey
And
Carla, how do you pronounce that? Beauty by
where is it?
Cave? Cave?
I think it's. I know which one you're talking about, but I can't find it. Where is it? I think it's Beauty by Cave.
Cave?
Cavea? Cavea?
Could be Cavea. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, she has the
Cavea.
cutest dog. She does. She has the cutest dog. I just love her dog.
Right.
Seen pictures of it. It's really
Oh,
cute.
does she have a channel? Do you have a channel, Beauty? Does she have a channel?
I think she has a channel for the purposes of maybe some makeup and stuff like that, but I don't think she does it very often. I don't know, because to tell you the truth, I've never seen her go live, but that doesn't mean I wasn't watching it. Oh, okay. She said I can call her It's Baby Blues.
Oh, Baby Blues. Okay. I know who you are. I like that name
I
though.
don't know.
Cavea.
Baby Blues, she at one time was doing something with God, I can't remember the girl's name now, and I watched that one live. What was your friend's name that you did that one live with? Baby Blues. Darn, I see her every once in a while and it's in my brain, but I can't think of her name.
I
But
don't
they
know.
were having problems with the going back and forth with the internet, so they couldn't be on very long. I know you know who I'm talking about. If she says who that person's name is, I know you'd know who it is, Carla, but I can't remember her name.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people on here, but I don't know if you get what I mean. I don't know a lot. I don't talk to a lot of people on here. But I know I know a lot of people on here just from people coming in here and people, chatting in here. I know these people. I enjoy being happy as something, as that sounds. When I get wrapped up on here, it completely changes my mood. It does. It changes your mood. I don't want to be miserable when I go off a live stream. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to be in a good headspace. I don't want to be in a bad headspace. And it does affect how you feel about, how it feels about yourself. Like it shows
well, you got to look at it like we were just talking about people that are in chronic pain. Why do you want to come on YouTube and have pain in your ears and fighting and stuff? You know what I mean? Seriously.
Oh, yeah. My husband used to come home and I would have a certain creator on, and I'm not going to mention names. I'd be screaming and yelling, and he goes, "Can you turn that off while we eat at least?" He would not let me listen to it while we ate. So I would, and even at night we would be in bed, and I would have something on, and he'd say, "Turn it off until I get to sleep." Like so, I'd have to put my head, my earbuds in, so that he couldn't hear it.
My husband did the same thing, and I finally had to stop watching at night. It wound me up too much.
Oh, corny. That's what she said. I enjoy being happy, as corny as that sounds.
Oh, that's what I thought. It was a piece of corn.
I don't know. I saw corn. I thought, you know what I was thinking? I enjoy being happy as shit.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for. I thought somebody was going to say happy as a pig in mud or something.
Yeah. That's funny.
Well,
I'm
going to bounce
I'm like listening to the drama on YouTube when there is enough drama in real life. Exactly. Life is a gem. Some people just like, and if you go in them, that's the streams that make the most, have the most views, make the most money, make the most, I don't know, have the most people. And that's okay. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. Good morning, Carla. Yeah. I hope you have a wonderful day. Wishing you health and happiness. Hi, Brutal Mafia. Hope you do too as well. Yeah. So.
Carla, I've never seen that name before, and I kind of had to stop and laugh a little bit.
Brutal Mafia, they come in here. They've come in here like often. I've seen them, and that I'm not sure if it's a guy or a girl. Like Jackpot, I always thought was a guy. It's a girl. .com is a guy. I always thought was a girl. Like you never know by the name sometimes if they're guys or girls. So
yeah. Jackpot and Zany said hi to me, and I just remember them from your chat, but I don't even really know them. But it was a pleasure meeting them in your chat, just a little while ago.
Hi, Tiny Comedian. She's funny. Tiny Comedian has a channel. She's really funny. She tells jokes. She goes live.
I'm going to start branching out then and check this people out. You'll have to give me a laundry list.
You know what's cool is there's been like different people from different communities coming in here, and I enjoy that. I enjoy her channel. I'm subbed to her. Got the little notification bell on, but I go on her live. She goes live. She said
what about that? That guy that always did the wood stuff or whatever. I think his name was like Woodman or something. I don't remember what his name was. I think he's from Wisconsin. I think he had
in my chat.
Yeah, you don't recognize the name?
No. Was that from a while ago?
Yeah, probably like 6 months or a year ago.
I'm old. I don't have a good memory. I'm a father, a son, a husband. I'm definitely a man, not by my own words, but my ethics and morals. Carla is a great person. She has my support. Thank you, Brutal Mafia. I appreciate that. That's very
Yeah,
kind of
that
you to
is me.
say. Yeah.
Hey,
I try to
Jackpot,
be.
don't say that, Jackpot. I'm in your group too. Old lady. I said I'm in that group.
I'm an old bag, you know, an old hag. Old
Yeah,
hag.
yeah.
I'm irrelevant and old. But that's okay.
Mm.
I'd rather be irrelevant and old than mean and toxic. You know what I mean?
You can be like a fine wine.
Exactly. We age gracefully. That's all.
Right.
Hey, look, I'm healthy. I'm happy. I have, been married for many years, and that's it. Ninny is a girl. Oh, we know that, Ninny. We know you're a girl. Everybody
Nanny
knows
cracks me
Ninny.
up.
Everybody knows. And Ninny made me feel good the other day. She was on Brian's channel. She goes, I still have the towels you made for me. That made me feel good, Ninny.
Mm.
That made me feel really
Hey,
good. Thank you.
did you hear yesterday, Carla, that um Molly said that she was gonna give if she gets a new one or something, give her Dyson to Nenny, and I laughed. I told Nenny that. I said, "Look, you might get a Dyson after all."
Oh, really? I have a Dyson. They're
Are
good
you
vacuums. Good
you
vacuums.
like them? You like
I
them? Oh,
do.
no, no, no. Then I'm thinking of the wrong word. It's the hair thing. Nenny, help me out. What's that
Oh,
hair?
okay. I'm thinking of vacuum.
No, it's not one of those vacuums where you put that thing on the top of it and you cut your. What was that called? The Wogie or something, or the?
I have no idea. I don't know what you're
Um,
talking about.
you'd see it on those old commercials. They would put a thing on a vacuum cleaner to cut your hair.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. Well, Molly has everything. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I call her Molly sometimes and call her Marissa at other times. Weird. Weird that way. I still have the towels too. My daughter stole the one with the pretty button and uses it in our bathroom.
That's one
I
thing
like
about you, Carla. I always remember you being very good, meticulous with your handiwork.
I think you told me that one time. Even when
You
we were
are.
fighting, I think you did tell me that I did do nice crocheting. And
Yeah, you do.
I do, I do enjoy it. It's like a hobby for me. I mean, I'm not by far not because I'm in some groups on Facebook and you should see what some of these women do, like how they, some of the projects that they do are, oh God. Hi, Camille. Um, but I try to do my best. I try not to give anything away that I wouldn't use myself, you know.
You
Lots of
know,
vacuum haircuts during
um,
lockdown.
a lot of those crafty stuff are going by the wayside because the boomers are getting older, which means some of the new people aren't catching on to it. The millennials and whatnot.
Yeah.
And excuse me, um, I remember my grandma. She made me two blankets when I was younger. I wasn't even out of high school, and they were gorgeous.
Hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't crochet. I think she knitted them. Knitted them.
Hmm. I made each one of my granddaughters here a shark, like sleeping sleeping thing, and I made every single one of my 10 grandchildren a blanket. Every single one. And I've got number 11, who's a little boy that just was born in December. I have to make him one. So, because I made everybody else one, so I have to make him one. So,
Look
hopefully
at
they stop producing children.
excuse me.
It's too much.
Nenny corrected us. It's a Dyson hair dryer.
Okay, Dyson hair dryer. Okay.
Yeah.
And Lady Haven said, I bet a lot of people during the quarantine got a lot of Dyson cuts. All my floors and countertops are in. And it looks, oh, that's great. That's great. Oh, can't wait to see Lady Behaving is moving in. She's going from, I don't know if I can say this, but she can yell at me if she wants. She's going from a 600 square foot house to a 2,400 or 2,500 square foot house.
Well, lady behaving, I hope your knees and your hips are good because that's a lot of work.
She's probably going to hire uh, a housekeeper. She's got a sister that's going to help her too. Yeah, it's beautiful though. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You live in California, don't you? Or you live in Las Vegas?
Las Vegas, yeah.
Oh, okay.
California
Do you
is
think
really
you could
expensive.
make little curtain tiebacks? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I have an idea for my curtains on my sunroom, and I've searched the internet and can't find what I'm looking for. Yeah, just like message me and tell me exactly what you want, Ems. Exactly what kind, what kind of, you know, yeah. That would be like one of the easiest things to make. Tie
Do you
back.
sew too? Do you sew also?
No, I want to learn though. I really do. That's one thing that I asked my husband for Christmas for was a sewing machine. Because
Do
the
you?
sewing machines now like sew themselves. Hi, Anita Backrub, my home girl. Um,
Did you ever take home ec when you were in high school? Because that's what
I
I used to do
did.
in the older days.
I
Yeah.
did. Yeah. Hope
So
was home
did you
economics or shop. You could take either one.
well, I took we had a sewing class in my home ec class, and my mom had to finish the project for me because I had no clue. I'm not domesticated. I can't figure that stuff out.
Hmm.
You
Well,
know, I never did like sewing.
I have learned everything about crocheting on YouTube, like everything. There is a tutorial for everything on YouTube. Like, I started not knowing how to do anything, and I ended up learning how to do everything. But I'm very visual. I learn by seeing. I'm not the type of person that can follow a pattern. I just can't. But if I see someone do something, I can figure it out. I went to
Oh yeah,
Oliver High School. Did you go to a city high school? I didn't live in Pittsburgh when I went to high school, Anita. So
I
yeah,
remember you saying that you learned it, by YouTube, and I'm like, holy Toledo, that's just incredible.
yeah, I did. And well, my mother-in-law taught me a little bit, but she the most part that I really wanted to learn, like I wanted to learn because I only knew one stitch. I wanted to learn different stitches and stuff, and that was all on YouTube. It's all on YouTube. No matter what you want to do, you can find it on YouTube. Like somebody's doing it, somebody's teaching you how to do it. It doesn't matter what it is. You just have to search for it, and it's.
Yeah, you can even watch Dr. Pimple Popper to see how you should
Oh, that's
pop
my
your
favorite
pimples.
thing. Pimple
Oh, that
poppers.
is so gross. That is
I
so
know that
gross.
my daughter thinks it's disgusting. She thinks it's the
It
most
is
disgusting thing.
disgusting.
I don't know why. I started watching it and I couldn't stop watching it. It's like addictive.
Have you seen it on TV where somebody will come in with a big thing sticking out of their
No,
neck or
well,
on their
see,
leg
I
or
can't
something?
watch the big ones. I can't watch them
Oh, I
pop the
do.
big ones.
I watch the big ones.
No,
They're not
I
pimples
want
though. They're not pimples. They're those little
the
growths.
boils. Their boils are,
No,
yeah.
they're not even boils, Carla. It's like a whole nother knob on their neck. And what she does is she
Oh,
takes like a thin, what you'd almost call one of those thin, I can't remember what the word is for that used to cut things. People in construction would use them anyway. And she would cut a thin line and then squeeze it to have all that stuff come out. And it was like a whole yellow sack. Like it almost
oh.
looked like a breast implant.
There's some that I can't watch. There's some that are pretty sickening, but the little tiny ones and stuff, I can watch those. Like I can watch those all day long. Like it doesn't
One
bother
lady
me at
had
all.
one lady had this big growth in the side of her leg, and she was getting married, and she wanted it gone before she got married. And it was huge. I don't know what it was, but she took out this thing and gave it to the person to hold it in their hand. Now I wouldn't touch it. but
Mhm.
they wanted to see what was in there. And it was like I said, if you envision what a breast implant is, I don't have one, but if you've seen them, it's like a big sack of stuff.
You go to
Yeah.
one of those pimple popping channels and look at the views. There's a million views on those. So I'm not the only one that watches that shit. Lymphoma. Yeah, there's a lot of people that watch that stuff. And I don't know how I started watching it. I really don't know. My daughter thinks it's grotesque because one time I was at her house and I was watching it and she goes, Mom, what in hell are you watching? I said, pimple popping. She goes, Oh, that is so gross. I said, Yeah, it is kind of gross.
I can't watch the pimples, but I'd rather watch the lymphomas or whatever,
Oh, see, no,
lymphomas.
no, I can't watch the lymphomas. I can watch the pimples all day, but I can't watch the big ones. No, those ones make me sick. Yeah, they make me sick. I think I'm gonna hop down, Missy. Thank you for coming up, though.
Well, thank you for having me, and I
Now,
appreciate that. Yeah, it's not really a good. It's
come up
not.
again.
It's
I'm
not.
on really early in the morning, and if you want to come up
Okay.
again and keep me company or talk about whatever, we don't talk about, you know, anything but everyday stuff like
Well, I'm sure we made
pimple
everybody.
popping, like pimple
Yeah, I
popping
was
and
just going to
dogs
say that
and
conversation. I
but
bet
I
that
do
conversation.
but I do want to
I bet,
thank Molly for what she did last night. That was
yeah.
amazing. I went up to like 30, I think it was 30K all together. So yeah, and that's
Well,
great.
a
Oh,
round of applause for Molly. That's
yes,
for sure. A
yes.
round of
Hearts
applause.
for Molly because I don't care what anybody says. This was amazing. It was. And I'm proud to be a part of it. But you guys have a great day and thank you for coming up. I appreciate it so much. It's always nice to have someone to talk to. And I'm glad that we're okay with each other. I really am.
Yes,
I
Bella.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
So, yeah,
Thank you.
anytime. Okay.
Okay. Bye,
Have a
guys.
great day. Bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you, my mods. Thank you for keeping everything like cool. Thank you for coming in. And I'll talk to some of you later. Bye.